Okay, back again. I've taken a small break. Accidentally, though. I have a schedule I try to keep to, and I accidentally messed up my schedule, so I've been trying to stretch out the videos I had recorded a little longer. Okay, so from last time, I believe. Yeah, so we have this working. Hmm. But yeah, interesting. I wonder what those windows are. Do I have a Firefox? I do. Okay, so I should have, yeah, two more windows. I'm not convinced by those numbers though. But from last time we got that working. Um, trying to know window and we do X. But the problem is, yeah, it's the same ones. That's interesting. The problem is we only see this one window here. Now, there's other things we could work on. For instance, the resizing here is really like bad. Like this doesn't look very good. We can't. Whoops. We also can't resize this main window here. That doesn't work, which is something that we really should have working. Oh yeah, those are the little. Yeah. So that's something I want to get working as well. But I think the first thing I want to do. Okay, it does pick up on that, but it doesn't pick up on this window, and I think it also doesn't pick up on new window. No, so it doesn't pick up on new windows essentially. Um, yeah, trying to know a bunch of windows. Couldn't get geometry durable. Yeah, that's when we exit. That's fine. Couldn't get geometry durable. That's ooh. So if we do this, try trying to know a bunch of windows. So if we go xwin info and click this window, that's this one. So we are trying to know it, but we're not translating that into actual visual data. The other problem we had, if I recall, is it's the yeah, there we go. So we can see that the window's out of bounds now, right? It's the window's not wholly contained within the screen, and now we have nothing. But if we put it back in the screen, we get it back. Um, so those are two things that we need to look into. I think the first thing I want to do is I want to try to get new windows discovered. I wonder if we can see that window though. We can't, so we can only see. I wonder why we can only see that window but not this one. What if I put it back there, right? So I put it at the back. No, we still only get that window. I wonder. So if I reduce the size of this, what happens? Ho ho ho. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we're clearly just trying to make this one window and we're trying to stretch it out to the entire screen, I think. Let's relaunch this. Yeah, that looks like what's happening. Um, that's certainly not the behavior I expected. All right, let's look into that. Which one do we want to do first? So I think it's really interesting that we can't have a smaller window. I think this, I hope, will be the easiest to tackle. I wonder if that bar... Right, so that vertical bar gets bigger or smaller. Oh, that's just our text? That's interesting. So what happens if I do that? It gets smaller. Whereas if I do that, it changes the hue. So are we skipping scan lines? And it gets bigger in that direction if I do that. So we can tell the size of the window. That's working. I think I'm going to briefly disable the resizing logic, which logic is a generous thing to call that, since we just do this. Okay, so now if I do that, no. Okay, good, good. It's not the resizing, it's what is it? Resize PY 50%? No. Resize PX 50%. There we go. We'll leave that commented for now. We're doing something wrong with the geometry. Ensure geom bounds good, use the depth correctly. Is this really even a warning? Will happen on startup before retaining and backing store. Okay. So here, all right, so this is the point where we're printing. So we have the correct bounds. And then what are we doing? We're going from X to width. So I think, what I'm wondering is if this should always be let's just do I less than we'll do VB dot width. Wait, I'm doing height with depth. With height depth? I guess so. Should this be height? Let's keep this up for a second. And we'll see what happens. This should be VB.height apparently. Okay, and so if we do this, no. Okay, it crashed. That's fine. I think we're still Gucci. It looks like it. All right, so that's fine. I think that's expected. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that should crash here. So I'm not surprised by that. I mean, it feels like this logic isn't right. What are we using for depth? Right, it's the R8. Yeah, it's that. So that's yeah, that's here. So we should be using 4 for depth. Which we are. It's a great way of doing that. So the thing that gets me is that this works normally. On a normal full screen, let's say. It works on a full screen is maybe more accurate. Which is that right? So we're skipping over. So if we want, I mean, what is the coordinate system for this? I feel like this has to be right though, given. Right? Like, I mean, what if we swap I and J? Is that the same? I don't know if that's the same thing. No, I think we need to swap. Maybe make this width? No. We want X then Y. That seems like a reasonable coordinate system to me. If you want an X of 2, and a Y of 0, I don't know if this is right. So if we're X major, so we're Y minor, so we go, but aren't we doing scan lines? If we want a Y of 2, shouldn't we be skipping over, like, can we swap this? So, like, where did I get this from? Did I get this from somewhere? Right, so if we want to do scan lines, then we want the x coordinate to be the minor. Well, no, we want depth to be the minor, but we want the x coordinate to be skipping over depth, right? So we want I minus geom x times, and then we're skipping over depth here. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and I mean that's just wrong. So it's clearly not that way, but that's interesting. That means we have width, height, depth, which makes sense, but I feel like x, y is a better coordinate system. If you have x major, y minor. Well, yeah, okay, I guess that's fine. I'll allow it.